Hi. Yeah, I think we don't have much attendance, but anyway, we can start. Yeah, so yeah, I'm Anish from Kerala, India. So today I will take you to the journey of building how to build a local Drupal community from the scratch. So this is not like a success story or something like that. So we just want to share like what we have done, what worked, what did not work, and things like that. So let me introduce myself. About me. So I'm Anish, and actually full stack developer with around 15 years of experience building softwares. So I'm currently doing masters in software engineering and also learning German and planning to migrate to Germany. So I'm actually well versed with Drupal, React.js, Python, bit of AI and DevOps, and I'm also involved in other open source communities such as GNOME, Linux, KDE, and maybe language computing, such of like that. And let me tell why local communities matter. So Drupal thrives because of people. Local groups are like where how the new contributors first discover Drupal, where ideas spread, where how the friendships form. So my first uh, uh, meetups was like we had some kind of meetups in my home city, that is Trivandrum. And then after that, sometime I then there was a DrupalCon that was in India. It was like more than 10 years back. So I think me and Ando actually went there. So we actually kind of experienced like what all the things, what is actually Drupal about, and what all the things we can do. And I wanted to share the things that I kind of experienced there and just bring it home. So essentially what I think is like global starts from the local. Uh, so it is about starting up. So this is just a thing about like how we can actually start. So first is the planning phase. So we have to define what the community is about. So what is the purpose of the community, what are the activities we kind of planning, is it some like just Drupal or are we keeping it kind of general? So what is the purpose, like that is to support each other, to kind of knowledge sharing, or are we conducting meetups, code sprints, camps, or is it kind of an online versus offline? Yeah, we have to define all that. And one thing I found is like we have to find at least one people who actually is who is interested about this, and essentially a co-founder, and then find more people who is actually sharing the similar ideas. Then we kind of have a team. Then we can actually start organizing first meetup. So the first meetup doesn't have to be about like a huge thing. It can be informal. We can actually meet up in a cafe and just talk about Drupal, consider like 1 or 2 sessions. Then the venue we can actually, yeah, so many of the coffee shops, they actually just allow if the meet group is like really small. And if it is like bit more, then you can actually consider your asking for your office. You can actually even consider college or educational institutions, or even hacker spaces, community spaces such as libraries. Like they will be like happy to host any of that events like virtually free of charge. And then we can actually have to set up an RSVP place, like maybe in you have to register in the Drupal event so that you will kind of receive a global visibility. Also you can actually use Make My Pass, Eventbrite, or meetup.com. So you can actually just have a feeling like how much they are actually going to come. So not all who registers will come, but yeah, you get some kind of idea. And then you have to give the publicity, like you can create a page in the Drupal events. Like you will actually just see in the map itself, like okay, someone in our city or someone nearby is actually conducting something. So people actually naturally will be interested and come. And you can also share on the social media, LinkedIn, and also involve the other existing communities. Like just tell them. And regarding the talks, like we can arrange 1 or 2 sessions. And we can actually arrange the speakers from the initial team itself. So make the topics interesting enough. What we have actually found is we keep one topic in the Drupal and one topic in the general tech space. So usually people who are not only interested in Drupal also can come to our meetups, but that's up to you. And we can actually involve an open discussion session also. And handling the expenses part, that's one of the tricky things. So for us, we don't actually have a common fund or anything. We kind of like handle expenses from our own part. So for venue, we don't have to pay anything. We usually keep it in a public place. And so food and all, currently we actually kind of does that on our own, but as the things actually scale, it can be an issue. So most important thing is documenting the things that is happening. So if you don't take any photos or things like that, it's like the meetings didn't happen. So we have to take the photos, we have to spread the word, write about that post, put it in the social media so that others also see that, oh, these kind of things are happening there, and next time people may get interested and come. So you can actually form a group in WhatsApp, Telegram, or some other things and just share. And yeah, you can update back in the Drupal event pages so that it will actually act as an kind of an official documentation, so that on the future we will get a recognition that yeah, these kind of things happened. Yeah, money is one of the main thing for a local community. So I actually had difficulties with handling money as a community itself. Like you have to maintain the transparency from the start. So you have to be careful not to give the responsibility of money to a single person. So essentially what I say is like trust but verify. So I actually had an issue with a non-Drupal organization. So getting the money mismanaged is very easy. So the thing is like we should be actually careful from the start. We should actually kind of when we collect the money, we should actually kind of publish the accounts, like what are the things that we actually had and expense. And after a while, we may have to actually register as a formal organization, handle audits and everything like that. But if we can actually postpone those things, that would be better. And yeah, scaling, it is like, yeah, we don't have to scale it for the scaling. So just do the things consistently and things will actually automatically naturally scale. And we can think about formal registration, more events and more kinds of events, like not only meetups but kind of code sprints or things like that. And yeah, always bring in more people and delegate the things. Like for example, one thing we have found success is like don't do everything by ourselves. We kind of like when new people comes, we will give some responsibility to them also, like maybe call this kind of people and ask them to come, or some kind of simple task, but like they will actually get kind of ownership there. So let me tell about some kind of story. So Ando and I actually decided to restart Drupal team. It's like in the Trivandrum. We didn't had a grand plan or sponsor, so we just wanted some people who are actually interested in Drupal come and meet in a coffee shop. So most of the planning actually happened over the phone calls, so no kind of committees or anything. So what our idea was, like if 2 people show up and just talk about Drupal, I think that counts as a successful meetup. So, but I think around 10 people showed up, 10 or more people. So that actually kind of mindset kept us consistent. So we actually had one talk about Drupal and one talk about Mautic, that's an analytics software, so open source analytics software. So, and we had kind of open discussion on like how we are actually going to bring the community forward. And we actually, then the meetups kind of become regular, like more and more people actually came. And not only people who are actually interested in Drupal, who are actually from other things, like the things in here is like we had people from the government. So actually government of Kerala, who is actually consistent in promoting open source software, like they also have actually came, and they are also using Drupal extensively. So they actually shared the ideas and all things like that. And then after some time, like Deepak, who actually attended the Drupal TV meetup, actually wanted to had regular meetups in Kochi. So we are excited about meetup, and we actually attended their meetup and supported that. So they also had a good turnout. So I think that moment was special. So it was realized about not like individual cities competing, it is about like helping each other and kind of grow. So then that's when the idea of Drupal Kerala took shape. So it is like kind of an umbrella organization, not a hierarchy or something. That is a shared identity that helps us coordinate events, share resources, and document everything under one name. So this kind of amazing logo is actually designed by Hiran. So it's one of our community members. It is the state bird of Kerala. It is this thing. Then actually we had one thing called in this Drupal CMS release party was there. So we had around more than 100 people had attended the meetup. So there was like good support from the government side. Also the venue is sponsored by the government completely free of charge, and dignitaries from International Center for Free and Open Source Software, the director, and Anwar Sadat, who actually head the IT education kind of things, and many of the dignitaries had actually come, and we had released the Drupal Kerala logo over there. And then there was panel discussion happening at Drupal Camp Pune. So they invited us to actually share our challenges and what are our experiences and all. So we got to actually present what our local community was about. And then we go to DrupalCon Singapore. So we actually went as a team to DrupalCon Singapore. So there were around 5 people from our community that actually were able to actually go to Singapore, and it was like a nice experience. I think Dries and Randy Fay of DIDA was actually, you can see they holding up our stickers and things like that. So it was like a really nice experience, and it was like not as smooth sailing as we planned. So some meetups I only had like me and Antu, only 2 people came, and calling everyone, telling to attend and all, it was like tiring and exhausting. Volunteers actually burned out. So keeping the policy of collecting no funds was challenging. We couldn't actually organize any huge events, like we have to keep it small, and we had to encounter out-of-pocket expenses very frequently. So we had to spend like, and when we come here we had to print a sticker. It cost around like 1,000 more than that. So it always like these small expenses kind of add up. So thing is like, even with all that, like one new volunteer, one new attendee, one new person who actually we bring to Drupal ecosystem, it actually kept us motivated. So one thing, what we actually want from the Drupal project, Yeah, let's be honest. Like Drupal global project, it lacks kind of local level kind of. It doesn't support local groups well enough. That's what I think. So organizing local meetup is still a challenge, and that's actually left to the respective communities' burden. So let me tell you an example. So there was one Debian release party. So actually we had it was like a very small party. So new version of Debian has released, and I also was a co-organizer for that party, and also in other communities. So that budget was around like 1,000 rupees. That is comes to 10 euros. So we actually had a cake, we had food and everything around. Like it was like very small party, like 15 people showed up. So with that 10 euros, I think it was like we had like kind of a huge impact compared to the amount of money spent. So this kind of small kind of micro grants or funding would actually help a long way in building other communities. And some kind of organizer network. So those who are actually starting new community, so they need kind of this kind of support from each other. Maybe they want to as a speaker, for example, some new cities actually organizing a meetup for the first time. They want some speakers to come, so some kind of funding for that speaker to come. So it doesn't actually is like too much. It can be like just a train ticket or something like that. It would go a long way. And so a support for small events and code sprints also would be good. So yeah, Drupal should actually also think about such a support. That's what I think. Yeah, that's it from my side. So yeah, do you have any questions or anything like that? So, and also like you can visit this link. There is an interview in the Drop Times that I actually gave. So I think it has much more details on like what I envision for local communities. So if any kind of question or anything.
Yeah, a big thank you. Yes.
Yeah, I know it's not kind of what I expected in terms of turnout, but yeah.
But yeah, really appreciate it, because like not letting the flame go when like you have just one or two visitors for a certain meetup, like it can happen, because I am from Hamburg and I got demotivated, and after two meetups like only a few people.
Yeah, I think you can use the mic, otherwise it won't. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. Yeah, I said a big thank you. And because like we have organized meetups in Hamburg, and so it was not like we sponsor trainings and other things, but like no, but if we can't motivate people to join, and people don't show up, it demotivates ourselves. And the main reason, I mean, I'm inspired that like you kept the flame going on even through adversities, and that's like a really good thing which I'm gonna take in. So yeah, it's a note of appreciation. And secondly, like I would like to talk to my company to sponsor such events, because it matters more than like I know sponsoring DrupalCon and all, like it matters, but like maybe sponsoring like small events and also it's helpful, because we are in West, we like because of the conversion rate and all, like these are the things which some companies can just do, So yeah, I will talk to you about that.
Yeah, that would be a huge help. And regarding attendees, like for what we have done is like we actually assign like 3 or 4 people to actually just call our regular attendees and like remind them that meetup is happening, and when we call them directly, they can't say no, and they usually come. Regarding sponsorship, that would be actually a huge help.
So you mentioned like we haven't. You would delay the registration as much as possible. So is it Drupal Kerala registered now?
No, not at all. The thing is like with registration, actually it comes with kind of complexities, since all are volunteer driven. It actually we have to actually we have to submit funds, like fund report, activity report and everything. It has to be on time. If it is delayed, then we get penalties. Then we have kind of bad experience running other registered organizations. So unless you have dedicated staff, I don't think it is a wise decision.
Thank you.
Yeah, you have anything? Thank you.